Hello and welcome to the channel Ginger Ninja's Movie Reviews. I am the Ginger Ninja. These are my movie reviews. If you're new to my channel, thank you very much for tuning in, stopping by and checking it out. You've come in at a really good time because today I'm looking at one of my all-time favourite films, Night of the Comet. It is August, and all through August I am looking at movies that came out in the 80s, and I'm calling it Awesome 80s August. Now, this is my Blu-ray edition here from Arrow. Fantastic, got a nice little booklet in there, DVD, Blu-ray's obviously in there. A host of special features and interviews. The transfer of this, I think, is stunning. I think it looks really good, but I'm not going to get too much into the technical aspect. I want to talk about this film. So, Night of the Comet. It came out in 1984. It was directed by Tom Eberhardt. It stars Catherine Stewart, Kelli Maroney, Robert Beltran, Sharon Farrell, Mary Woronov, Jeffrey Lewis, and many, many more. Now, first things first, before I do dive into this film, I do want to say a big thank you to all of my new subscribers and, of course, my existing subscribers. Your continued support does mean the world to me, so thank you very much. I truly do appreciate it. Now, plot specifics will be discussed. There will be spoilers ahead. If you have not seen this film, you're about to get it spoiled because I'm going to be going deep into this one. Anyway, straight from IMDb, a comet wipes out most of life on Earth, leaving two valley girls fighting against cannibal zombies and a sinister group of scientists. Now, released in 1984, Night of the Comet is a hidden gem of the sci-fi comedy genre that has garnered a huge cult following over the years. For me, look, I grew up in the 80s and I remember seeing this on VHS. It was one that I constantly went back to. There was something that drew me to this, and back then I didn't really know what it was. I just enjoyed the film, certain aspects of it that just drew me to it. You know, this offbeat film combines elements of post-apocalyptic chaos, teenage coming of age, and some zany humour that creates an entertaining and unique cinematic experience, and it keeps you as an audience engaged from the start to the finish. It's, like I said, it's one that I've watched many times over from VHS onto Blu-ray now, and I will continue to watch it for the foreseeable future. Like I said, it's one of my favourites. If you ask me to say, what don't you like about it, there's probably a couple of things I could go into, but they're minute things compared to what I do enjoy about this. So, let's start out with, as I do, the cast. Now, okay, Catherine Stewart. She plays the street-smart Reggie, and she delivers a charismatic performance that perfectly complements her character's strengths. Her tough exterior, and also her love for her sister, which is played by Kelli Maroney, who plays Sam, and she's the slightly ditzy yet very endearing younger sister. But she also has a tough streak within her, which you see come out through the film. Their on-screen chemistry carries the heart of this movie. The sibling dynamic, it brings a relatable touch to the story, grounding the rather wild premise in emotional struggles of these two young women as they try to come to terms with these newfound circumstances that they are thrust into. A lot of this did come down to the two actors and the way they bonded during the making of the film. Like, they wanted, and there are interviews with both Catherine Stewart and Kelli Maroney, and they talk about how their friendship blossomed through the making of this film, how they wanted to have that the sister bond, and have it believed on screen. And I think they've hit that nail on the head perfectly. So, also, if you do want to check out some interviews with them, go over to the Night Watch Zone. They've interviewed both Catherine Stewart and Kelli Maroney quite recently. They are fantastic interviews, so definitely go check them out. Now, the directing and writing. the director and writer Tom Eberhardt, and hopefully I'm pronouncing his name correctly, he's struck a perfect balance between apocalyptic tension and comedic relief. The pacing is very deliberate in this film, and it gives you ample time to establish the characters and the eerie atmosphere, which are very different. And I'll get into that by what I mean. So the movie starts out with this booming voiceover about the impending arrival of the comet. And then we're treated to a playful depiction of what's going on around the world and what's happening in Reggie and Sam's lives. You know, it's a very normal, everyday thing. You know, there's parties going on, people working, you know, as it does start pre-apocalypse. You know, but that perfectly contrasts the desolation that they encounter afterwards. When Reggie wakes up the next day and goes out the front of the, you know, cinema, and there's no one there. It's silent. It's eerie. It's, yeah, just from the parties to nothing. Just, yeah. And look, this is what keeps the audience engaged. It's these moments of suspense and interwoven seamlessly with more satirical commentary on other things like consumerism. And that's one of the standout aspects of this film, is its self-awareness. Night of the Comet cleverly pokes fun at the 1980s, pop culture and societal norms. It incorporates the elements, like I said, you know, the eeriness of desolate areas, empty spaces, shopping malls. And in fact, the shopping mall setting where, you know, Reggie and Sam are gleefully raiding the shop. You know, they're trying on clothes. They're having, you know, a fashion show for themselves. You know, completely oblivious to everything else that's going on in the world. They know what's happened, but they just want to take their minds off it. It's just done so well, and it adds a little bit of lightheartedness to it before it then builds up again with the tension. And that scene there perfectly just, you know, is perfect for it, because they're just, you know, it juxtaposes the mundane with the extraordinary, essentially, is what I'm saying. It creates a very playful atmosphere that probably best described as a mashup between The Breakfast Club and Dawn of the Dead. Yeah. Anyway, the effects. Look, Night of the Comet might not boast cutting-edge special effects by today's standards, but you've got to remember, this was the 80s. You know, this film uses its resources effectively and crafts a visually appealing atmosphere. The red, you can see the red dustiness, everything, fantastic. Like, the effects of the actual zombies or cannibals, whatever you want to call them. Yeah, you could call them dusties, I've heard them referred to, because they are eventually going to turn into dust. You know, they look good. In fact, there's a scene which I wouldn't say it freaked me out when I was a kid, but Jeffrey Lewis's scientist character, right near the end, he's got sunglasses on, he takes them off, and you just see the white eyes on his face. Really, like, the effects in this are phenomenal. Like, for what they are great. But the whole, I think more about the effects is the aesthetic of the overall film, the way it's filmed, the setting itself, the backdrop of LA, and it's empty. Yes, they had to film it at certain times, and, you know, they couldn't just block off traffic and whatnot. So I think that actually does help build this up as a really, you know, what they've done with a limited budget is amazing. Like, it really is. Now, also the film soundtrack deserves a mention, because it's like a synth-heavy 80s pop. Yeah, it contributes to the movie's nostalgia and its nostalgic charm, and it adds an extra layer of engagement to the viewing experience. The soundtrack captures the essence of the era and complements the film's overall tone. Rewatchability. Wow, I already spoiled this one earlier, didn't I? 100%. I will watch this any day of the week. It's just a fun fucking movie. Like it really is. And that's part of the reason, or part of the reason for that is its 2 stars, Catherine Mary Stewart and Kelli Maroney. It's their relationship that really draws you into it. And yes, the fun of post-apocalyptic style, yes, all that's there, but if it's not for the main characters, if it's not for the way they bring their characters to life on screen, this would be just another run-of-the-mill movie. But it's not, because of these 2. They do a fantastic job. Now, overall, Night of the Comet is a delightful and quirky blend of genres that showcases a unique vision of the apocalypse while never taking itself too seriously. Whether you're a fan of post-apocalyptic scenarios, coming-of-age tales, or just want to relive the neon-soaked nostalgia of the 80s, this is a must-watch. And I promise you, a fun and memorable ride. Overall, I would give Night of the Comet a 9 out of 10. It is damn good and a fun movie. Highly recommend it. If you haven't already, definitely check it out. But if you have, let me know what you thought of the film down in the comments below. Am I, talking out of my ass? Am I just, is it not as good as I think? I don't think it is, but I want to know what you think of it. So let me know down in the comments below. If you haven't already, hit that thumbs up button. Be much appreciated and helps with that whole YouTube algorithm thing. And of course, subscribe to my channel for future content. Got a big month coming up this month, so we're heading into September. What is going on in September? Well, tune in next week, find out. But I've rambled on enough, and maybe I'll go rewatch this now. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. Have a great day. Bye.